Hey, hey, hey. It's time for another out-of-this-world story from our space. Pregnant and alone. Need advice, please. My partner of 5 years decided to leave one night for space and never came back to reconcile or figure out a solution. We share a 4-year-old daughter, and I'm currently 23 weeks pregnant with her second child that was planned. I also have an 11-year-old son that knows this man is dad. We've been having little arguments throughout November, mostly related to me feeling alone, like he wasn't present and supportive, and also him being sneaky and lying and never being home. When I questioned any of this or have caught him in lies, he turns it on me, as though I've done something wrong. He has been manipulative through it all. Every day I cry, and I feel sad that this person I have given everything to just left me while pregnant, and I'm also sad for my 11-year-old. My ex is carrying on like he doesn't care about any of this, and I found out has been talking to another woman. The same woman we argued about the day he left, a co-worker. He cheated on me in the past when our daughter was 8 months old with a co-worker. How do I move on from someone who doesn't care? It feels like he will never be remorseful. At first I cried, begged and pleaded. Now I'm just numb and in disbelief. I don't know how to get on with this pregnancy, and I feel scared to manage 3 kids on my own. Not to mention, he left suddenly and I have to take on all the financials by myself now. I am being fair, and he has been seeing our 4-year-old daughter and being a father to her, so there's that. But I have no parents, family, or siblings. This man was all I knew. He was what I thought was my best friend. Anyone on here been to something similar? How did you get through it? How did your kids manage? I feel like I failed my 11-year-old, and my 4-year-old daughter misses her dad home. Update. I'm so confused. So after going a week of no contact, I caved yesterday because I felt like my ex was persistent to get a hold of me. I know, big mistake. He cried, said how sorry he was leaving me while pregnant, that he misses me and just wanted to hear my voice and see me, so on and so forth. Basically saying how much of an ass he's been. I foolishly thought, wow, no contact actually has him regretting his decision. Ha, no. He just wanted my attention and I stupidly gave it to him. Now he's back to playing a game of how I'm all to blame for him leaving and still denies his involvement with female co-worker. I'm so confused by his words versus his actions. I knew I should have taken that call. Now I'm back to day 1 of no contact, hoping to set a record and not fall for the crying again and persistence talk. Why does the wayward spouse do things for the affair partner he never did for me? Just wondering. Second time being cheated on by the same person, and again, he is doing things for the affair partner that he never did for me. For instance, this week, he planned a trip with her and planned things I have always wanted us to do together. Wayward spouse never planned a date, ever, in our years together. Maybe once or twice, and was the most basic type of date night. Now, I get to be home, with her 4-year-old daughter and 6 months pregnant, with our son, while he has the time of his life. By the way, he still denies affair partner and we are not together. Update. So he cheats, lies, and is mad at me? For those that don't know my story, ex of 5 years left me suddenly while I was 4 months pregnant, with our second child. He is still being a dad. So in his words, he left me, not the kids. He likes to tell me that constantly. He left one day, never came back, never communicated anything with me, never opened the door to discuss what we could fix or work on. Both the kids and I went through the motions at the same time. I had no idea. The kids had no idea. 11 and 4. 11-year-old is mine, who is dad to him, and we share a 4-year-old. I was totally blindsided. I came to find out he had been talking to or seeing a coworker he told me not to worry about in the time leading up to his leaving. He still denies to this day that there's another woman, despite proof, phone records, etc. Fact is, he cheated on me leading up to the breakup and is continuing with the affair partner. Fast forward to now, 6 weeks after he leaves. He ends up taking a 4-day trip with her. I find out, call and text him one day during his trip. He denies it, says he's doing something for himself, that he isn't with anyone. More lies. I know I should realize he's never going to admit it, and that it shouldn't matter seeing as how we're not together anymore. But why not just say the truth? Before the trip, he was acting like he was sorry and he was hurting. Now since then, he is mad at me, yelled at me, and told me off. Like as if I've done something wrong? As if I'm the one who left, cheated and lied? Or as if I did something to him? He hasn't reached out since, nor have I. It's clear he's made his choice. I hate how I feel like I did something wrong. Alright. She wanted some advice? Let's give her some advice. Hysteria113 says, they try to justify the crappy thing they did, cheating, and make you out to be this horrible person. That way, since you are the bad guy, they had no other option to cheat on you. Happened to my buddy at work. His wife was never happy no matter what he did. Guy literally got a $30,000 commission check one quarter last year from busting his butt to make a life for them. She acted like it was no big deal. Turns out, she was screwing some dude at work for like 6 months. Nameless Punk has this to add, and then we'll get to another update. I wonder if cheaters are some sort of narcissists. They all hide their real them to be the center of attention or to please and manipulate the unaware victims. That's how I see that for the blame shifting or counterblame. The experience with your brother and how the cheater doesn't want to be judged and risking losing their victims in the process. When I say victims in plural, I don't mean the cheated person only. Family members, related friends, co-workers, etc., or victims of a massive lie and manipulations. That's how I see it. Alright, time for the final update. I'm back to give you guys an update on what happened after X left me at 4 months pregnant with her second child to pursue things with his co-worker. 1. He blame shifted, gaslighted, and manipulated me on a weekly basis, even when I tried going no contact. 2. He denied, even cried how there was no one else, but also made me feel like complete crap talking down to me, making me feel worthless, like I just wasn't good enough to be with. 3. He purchased absolutely nothing for the baby, nor did he help in any aspect leading up to the preparation of the baby's birth. I was a bad pregnant lady and did everything myself. 4. He disappeared days at a time where he was unreachable, made up stories about how he lost his phone on multiple occasions, but magically got a phone at midnight from T-Mobile. 5. Continued to make sexual advances towards me when he was horny. 6. I gave birth early due to low amniotic fluid and to prevent stillbirth due to our other pregnancy complications. I contemplated not having him there, as it's a time when you're most vulnerable giving birth. I decided to do what I felt was the right thing to do, and he was present for the birth. I instantly regretted it, but dealt with it. 7. Since being home, he has only come to see our son for 1 hour, one time. I have no family, and I've been on my own, day and night, with a newborn and 2 other kids. Side note, he still has yet to ever talk to my 11-year-old son that knew him as dad. He has flaked during other setup times. The most recent time he missed his visit was to be with his affair partner on her birthday. 8. Our 4-year-old has been struggling with X leaving the family home, still has to this day. Initially, she started peeing her pants when he left the home. Now, since the baby has come, she's been struggling with me attending to the baby. I am not able to give her my full attention 24/7. I discussed this with the ex, and he still hasn't been supportive nor helped in any capacity to make this easier on our daughter. 9. Instead, he decided now was the perfect time to introduce our daughter to the affair partner and affair partner's family. He is still with the affair partner. It's been about 5 months that they've been together. 10. Finally had the courage to reach out to the affair partner since he lied and claimed this girl as his cousin to our daughter, and has been making sexual advances to me while with the affair partner. She did not respond because, let's face it, she's a homewrecker. He has been MIA now that he cannot deny his lies or the truth anymore. Lastly, I'm sad about the situation, but happy to let this cheating a-hole go. I have a beautiful, happy, healthy baby boy, and he's missing out on the best dang thing. I am doing the best I can to be a single mom of 3. So far, I'm killing it and proud of myself for having the strength to even function. I'm literally doing it all on my own physically, emotionally, financially, and by God's will. I never thought I'd be here, in this situation, or even to feel okay without him, but I am. And anyone going through something similar, you will get through it too. It does take time. I'm still healing, and don't know when I will fully heal, but I'm on my way to loving myself again, and most importantly, respecting myself. Thank you all for your love and support. Many of your comforting words helped me get through the darkest time of my life, where I questioned if my life and my baby's life was worth it. Now I wouldn't trade it for the world. And one final comment or response before we close it out. Turfer78 says, "You're doing an amazing job. The best thing for your kids is to cut him off completely. He can't give anyone what they need besides himself. Although it can be exhausting, do spend time helping the 4-year-old and 11-year-old address the trauma. No doubt both are affected even if the 11-year-old is shy about it. Help him learn to cope due to the abandonment so that he can learn to have their own healthy relationships in the future." The OP says, "You're amazing. Thank you for not making me feel crazy. I've always said this even while we were together. I do try often with both the kids to process their feelings. I don't know if it's helping, but I hope they will be okay in the long run after this experience.